afternoon, guys. It's 4:30 p.m. Today is what? Is Wednesday, FOMC day, huh? So after long break, huh? So today in the morning, right, during the Discord, the first thing I said, I don't feel like trading today. That means I'm not expecting a good price action. That means if someone wants to take a day off, they can, or do not trade. Take it easy today. See, if you do not see any clear setup or one-way price action, then do not trade today, right? So I was expecting, like I had a feeling that price may not go anywhere today. It needs some adjustment. See, because of the FOMC today later and 2 days of half day trading and the way it broke down in the overnight, it was expecting, so due to FOMC today, right, price needs some adjustment. Because of that, we will become neutral today. Preferred sellers area is the key in both the indexes today. And above, assume buyers are there. Below, some sellers. See, I use word some sellers. I didn't say full control word, right? Some sellers. So that is the view to keep in mind. Above backup sellers area, buyers are confirming. See, I didn't say below preferred sellers area, sellers are confirming, right? I said above backup sellers area, buyers are confirming, because overall view is towards the buyers, right? So that is the view to keep in mind, right? And then below backup buyers, sellers are confirming. Price has to go below backup buyers here. In between preferred sellers to backup sellers. So let's say price goes above preferred sellers and then go to backup sellers, right? Then come back down. So between backup sellers and preferred sellers, it's a gray area. That means price can do anything. It can do ping pong. It can bounce back up again. Go back to backup sellers area again. All those garbage. And at that time, it depends on intraday internals, and anything else, the news, FOMC, depend on that. Level to level trading is the best option today. See, so this is what I wrote at 6 o'clock in the morning, right? Dream numbers 288, 306, very powerful as usual, right? So price opened right at 287, dream number, and 306, right? You can see it. Actually it opened at right 320, but this was a preferred sellers area, right? So this price jumped ahead of the open, right? And you can see here, down, up, down, couldn't make a low, and then here dream number touched it, and before open it went here, then it opened right around here. So at this point NQ was about this high, this high, this high, straight up, right? So NQ was breaking out. So all I was waiting for in Discord, I said do not go with the flow, wait for a pullback into this area. You want to see this area turning into support, okay? So, and then ES opened at 71, right, which is right around into aggressive buyers and sellers area, right? So we can't do anything today because we are expecting some kind of neutral day, choppy, all this thing. So I was not expecting a trend day up or trend day down. Neutral price action. So that means we are not supposed to do anything right off the open. We are supposed to wait for a few minutes, okay? So, but at least we make a note of it, that ES opened here, NQ opened at breakout level, ES was way below these highs, right? So both indexes were in divergence mode, so we cannot involve at this point of the open. Then we have to wait for a pullback if price goes higher then, okay, or go lower then. So in this case there was an open drive. Price just continued to go higher and higher and higher. And then here also it did not pull back, it continued to go higher and higher and higher. So there is no trade here. up to, let's say, 945, because we are supposed to wait till 945. Now 945 price was, ES was at 84, which is right here, top of the backup set preferred sellers area. Now what? See, at this point you can neither short neither go long here, because price already moved so much. Anyway, you are looking for a pullback. Price did not even pull back here, no pullback here, right? So now, even though if it pulls back to 356, right, this is a backup sellers area. Ideally sellers now you want them to hold it here, about this area, if it comes there, you know. So that's the next pullback area, about this level, right? So price did not pull back here, so pending pullback area. So then this is a pending, because price did not even come down here, and then it broke out about 393, this line. Now pullback area is this, right? So now the question is, yes, you want price to hold these areas, but if you are already in the trade, let's say from here, for whatever reason, right, then you are expecting price to hold higher and higher. But if you are looking for a pullback, this is also a pullback level, this, now intraday VWAP and mid also become a pullback area, and this. But then question is, where do you go long if it pulls back? Here, 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 right? So that is dependent on how price is getting there. Then it could be reactionary long or no long at all. And while you are waiting, you can even look for shorts also if you see something, you know, because now price is too much higher, and ES was right into backup sellers area. So today expectation was no trend day up, no trend day down, right? And the way price was going higher, it was going higher without the support of internals. See, AD was rising here, right? But if you look at it, it was way negative. When price was close to gap fill, this AD was like minus 1000. So that is a super duper, you know, strong bearish disconnect. So chances are later on FOMC, after holiday period, this up move without support of internals, FOMC later, price is not gonna go anywhere. That means chances are it will fail somewhere in this area. And NQ was already here by that time, you know. This was a breakup, and next level was here, right? So in order for NQ to go here, ES has to go all the way to 4500. Chances are less. By the time if you look at internals, the AD in NQ's AD did not even move much, right? So chances are of failure of this move may happen. That would be your short opportunity to look for if you really want to short. Unless, so let's say, but you have to be experienced enough to take a short against this move. And the target, you can only target this if you short here, or this, that's it. And then you have to look for longs again, you know. So that is the idea. So when I was watching here, you know, in Discord we were watching here, then this breakout happened. At this point I thought now it will go down, okay. So right from here up to here, or maybe here, but then damn thing again shoots up. So here I said if it goes higher like this, when price was here, I said if it goes higher, another breakout like this, then this area, the top area, will become the line in sand, you know. So, and this could be a pullback area too, right? But how price is coming there is important, okay. So here if you look at it, see these are three shorts which I did it, you know. So I said in Discord that 415, so price was here, I said if it goes to 415, basically this area I will short it with lower risk. So I shorted it first time with 3-point risk. 418 was my stop, 415 was my short, okay. I said I will try it, you know, and if it stop me out, fine, 3-point loss, and target is this. And if it goes higher, stop me out, and then again comes down, I will again short, you know. So again, so here you can see it, here I shorted it it stopped me out, came down again, I shorted it again, damn thing stopped me out again, and now I had a 6-point loss. Then again, third time it went down, I shorted again. This time it gives me 390, you know. So this time I got almost 21, 22 points. 6-point loss in the first two trade, 21-point profit in the second trade, overall 15-point profit, right? And that's it. That's all I was looking for, you know, because overall structure is buyers, right? Short was only there because this move was not supported. ES was into backup sellers area. That's why that short was there, and it was at the top level now, you know. And so that short was there. Then I was looking to see what price does. Ideally, I didn't want to see this breakdown, you know, because if it does, then most likely it will go to this VWAP and mid. So later in the day, you know, so when price came here, you know, I said, so one of the members shorted here. I said, this is the better location. So by the time I was rebooting my machine, it was so slow today somehow. So when I rebooted it, price was right here at that time. You know, it came back up and it was here. First thing I saw this, I said short in SIM account at 415, put a 3-point stop, target 400. So 1 to 5 risk reward. I said only SIM short, you know, short right here. Why? Because I said it's exhaust straight up. You know, and this was the scenario we discussed earlier in Discord, but that was for 393. If price goes above, come down, retest and low and go down, you know. Instead of that, it did it here. It went above, came down, retest, down. So this was the short, and then you bail out here and or trail stop it, you know. Then ES, if you look at ES at that time, right, so when this breakdown happened, 1118, ES was right here, right? So ES was not going lower while NQ was going lower. That was the problem in shorting NQ. Okay. Now when it came down here, which is so this was down 1114, right? So now if you look at Discord, right? So here at 1107, when price was here, I said 335, 356, 380 are support, 85, 81 are support, right? So 356, which is this line, 335, which is somewhere a line here, and 381, right? So which is right around here, 381. Okay, and this is intraday support. I gave it to them, you know. Okay, now at 1107, so when price was right here, I gave that support, right? At that same time, 1107, which is yes, I said 81 and 85, right? So 85 and this is 81, right? So at 1107, which is right around here when price was here, okay, then you can see price came down 85, right, and it sliced through it, and then it was ping-ponging here, right? So now you know this support is active, correct, which was around 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, if you look at it, NQ, which is right at 357, right here, 335, 335, right, close enough. And 12 o'clock, if you look at ES, was at 81 or 82 actually, 81 actually, see that, 81, 82, close enough, right? Now, okay, let me move it here, okay. At the same time, Dow, I said 519, 508 also. So they were all coming at the same time to support. So based on that, that could be a long setup to look for, not at the first test like this. You have to wait, you know. So now here I'm putting arrow for now. This is not a long. This could be the long at 356 because now VWAP is lined up. ES was diverging at that time, right? This, right? This could be a long, but only reactionary. Okay. But better long could be now. See, this long is risky because now price had touched here and did a failed breakout, then came down, up, rejection here, that means sellers are in now, and then it broke down. So on the way back up, it can get rejection from here, anywhere. So this move you can take it, but you have to manage it only up to this point. Okay, so there will be a better long if you see a bigger exhaustion. So here you can see it. First time it came down, ES came down to here at 12 o'clock, right? 82, 81. So you watch it, because at that time it was 12 o'clock. 2 o'clock is a FOMC. So anyway, lunchtime would be choppy, right? Before FOMC. So you can't trade anything here, but you just watch, to see if you can get any scalp if you want to before FOMC. So here you keep in mind that yes, all three Dow, ES and Russell came into support, right? Then you watch it. So here somebody bought it, right? Then price went higher, again came down, right? Again here it came down, right at this point, correct? So now I'm moving arrow here. Okay, now you look at internals at the time. See, here they were neutral, right? They were not trending down. See, look at this price action, right? Price move, internals did not went down, ED did not went down. So at least now on the way up they are not supporting, on the way down they are also not supporting internals, right? So technically somebody can buy it here, who knows, right? So when price came down here second time, at least internals are not moving down, right? So that means price can bounce. Now it's a second test, so which is around 1252. Now if you look at ES at that time, it was right around here. Now you can see there was a divergence here. Again there was a divergence like this, right? So here, see that? So now, now here you can go long if you want to, and what else? ESED, see, also it was overall trending higher. See, so here you can make a case for a long, not at the second test here, but if you see price popping up, you have to zoom down to 15-second chart, 30-second chart. Then you have to make a case right around for the longs, targeting only this area. Okay, so yes, you can do the same if you want to. This was also a backup sellers area, preferred sellers area also. See that? This area needs to act as a support if price goes up, as per my morning Discord statement. So price came down straight there, mid also as a confirmation, you can go long. Okay, now hold on guys. So I got a phone call here, right? So this could be a long setup based on this reading, okay, but it's not a great long setup, because now you are trading right like 1 hour 2 hour before FOMC, right? But at least by this point price is not going to go anywhere. That is why based on these scenarios you can take this long back to here and you're done. Now let's say you did not take this long, right? Now you're waiting, correct? Then FOMC, if you look at it, FOMC, hold on, let me show you Discord also. Now look at this, right? At 1224, right? So 1224 was right here, right? So I said during FOMC 79, 72 ES, 350, 287, 34453 Dow, 34500 Dow, to watch for the spike into or move from or to, right? So now 79, which is this, right? So right after 1224 price came to 79. See, that's another reason, right, to look for that long which I just said, right? And then NQ 350, which is this area, and 335 from the earlier support, right? So NQ also in the support. Dow was also at 34,500, right? But that was during FOMC. I said this happened before FOMC, but at least it came into support, and even you see a bounce, right, like this, and then again here with the divergence, right? And then you see this. That's why I said to take a long here, possible long, right? But let's say it's before FOMC, you don't wanna do anything. At least now the structure in the morning the up move was not supported by internals. Now price had a breakdown below this area. So during FOMC on the way up, this area, basically this rectangle, which is the middle of this balance, so which is like somewhere around here, middle of the balance, can act as a resistance, right? Now you can see during FOMC price came up, right? Now in that process, when it went up, this is around 2:03 p.m., right? You can see by that time price was balancing. This was a top, see, like a square, right? And this was a bottom, correct? Now NQ, you can assume the same thing, correct? Then at 2:05 NQ also broke out about this in this 2-minute time frame, right? ES also did the same thing. Now remember, it's FOMC, right? Price was neutral in the morning, both sides are active. You are not supposed to involve here. When it breaks out, you don't want to take a breakout, right? As you already know. So when it breaks out, you watch it. When it breaks out, next thing you know is just it slice through it down, correct? Now you watch. Remember, we are not shorting it here, right? But there will be a short setup and there will be a long setup also, out of FOMC because of the way price balance in the morning. So but here you can see up, immediately down, right? Whoever took a breakout, they are in loss. Price came down, right? Now you can see this trend line, it's still going, right? So price came down to trend line. Some of the trend line folks, they got it here. Price again went up, right? So here, sellers came in. There was a failed breakout. So at least this area is now seller's area. Price has to go through it entire this area in order to bring buyers. Okay. So now this is a seller's area, correct? So now you drag it, this damn thing. Okay. So then price went up. See, exactly this area, right? So now somebody bought it here at the trend line. Now this set of buyers, right? They lost the money. Whoever took a breakout, then price went down. Somebody bought it at this trend line, right? This is still aggressive price for us to buy. Remember, we are looking for a pullback. This for 72, right? Or 335. We have to match it up, right? So then it went up, right? So let's see, assume that, hey, yes, trend line buyers bought it here. Now you are expecting price to go through the roof, right? Or about this area. But what happened? Price came down, right? Got a rejection here. Now you make a note that price got a rejection from here, right? Then you watch again. Now you are watching very carefully. It went down below this line. This was a breakout area initially, right? Which failed. Here also, see, sellers defended. Then trend line buyers took out this area. Don't you think price should hold here? Right here, right? So you can see it tried to even hold it there. See that, this tail? Then what happened? Next candle, touch there, down. See, now this is a seller's area now. It may break through this, right? So now look what happens next. Again touch there, again down, again. That's where the sell-off came. See that? Now look, another candle straight down. See, so you have to be very fast. In order to take this trade here, you have to be very fast. See, at that time for 215, where is NQ? See, NQ same behavior. See that here, down, balance, breakdown, right? So NQ you can see, NQ there was a short setup here, only reactionary, like here. But you can only target up to this, and you're done here. Okay. Now ES you have to be fast enough. Okay. But let's say you didn't take this short. Now sellers are in control here, correct? So the way it broke down below entire this box, like this, correct? Entire box at this point. So now since it came down fast, right? So look at the move. So if you look at this in a 5 minute, you will see the straight down move. There is no pullback here, right? So now price is exhausted. Look at the entire day's move, right? And now in one shot it just came down. So price is getting exhausted now, this low, or could be 72, which is somewhere around here, right? So now let's watch, right? So now price came down. Now the expectation is what? You do not want to see price going above this low, ideally, right, for sellers. Or since price went through this low also, I don't want price to even go above this low, or maybe this tiny low, or maybe this low, right? So now we have 4 lines that sellers can act upon. Okay, so now you just have to watch. Okay, so here this mid, which was not the line, right, but it acted as a resistance, correct? Fine, right? Intraday people tend to trade VWAP and mid. So here it rejected from here, right? It didn't even get here or here, correct? Now since it got rejection here, it came down. Now this time it went below this 79 and closed below it right here, right? Now at this point, if you're aggressive enough, you can short into this area, right into this area. Your stop has to be above this, and now you are expecting 72. In Q, you are expecting break below this and expecting this area. Okay, now watch. Here you short, right, into this area, correct? Now you are expecting price to go down. Now let's watch here, 74, right, 75, you are expecting here, correct? Now in Q also short here, you are expecting break below this, price to come here, right? Now remember, you are taking a short at the tail end here, okay? After the near FOMC, these buyers are still strong. Look, you have to keep this move in mind. Anytime you take a short, you have to keep this move in mind. These are the buyers. Price can actually stop anywhere, ideally, but let's, for a discussion, we are looking for 72. You have to manage it. Okay, now your stop is here at the time of entry, when you see this low taken out, right? Now you move your stop right at the break even, right here. Okay, and now your expectation is what? Price can ping pong up to here, but you do not want price to go through this area, these 2 lines. If it does, then it will go here, possibly here, or maybe here, who knows, right? That would be a long setup later on if price does that way, right? So here you can see it up and then down candle, right? So now price may go lower to 72. So why bother keeping a stop here? Remember, if price, you are taking a short at the tail end, right? So you have to manage it that way, and you are going against this longs during FOMC, right? Internals are not trending down strongly, they are just holding in a negative territory, that's all. So here now you move your stop right above this candle or this high. After you seeing this, right, now you got stopped out. You barely got what, 2 points, right? Fine, right? But at least you got stopped out. Now somebody bought it here early enough, right? So let's see if this bias had a juice. That means it has to go above this area, possibly this, and basically hold somewhere into this area if it comes down. Okay, so now let's watch. See here, first time came down this area. Remember, the sellers, we sold it here aggressively, right? And we don't want price to go above it. That's where our stop was initially. Now look what happened here. Went through it, right? Then it came down, turned into support. Again tried it, went to this area, right? That's where the original shorts came in. right? Like from the VWAP. Now you want to see, this is a second test, but remember, if sellers were so strong, right, you don't want to see this first to begin with. Now it also went to this area can act as a support. Second time when price came down there, right, this was your long, right there, so right into this area, so which was around 235. Now let's watch here. See here, NQ also same thing. You can start drawing the lines here, 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 right? You don't want NQ to go above. Once it broke through it, you don't want NQ to go above this, but look at this. See how sharp the move is? One, up, up, all the way up to here, right? Then it pulled back to where? Same area. See, same time. That's where you go long, and now your stop is right below here, which is 78.50 or so. You have to give some room, right? Then your long is right here at 79.50. See, so I'm giving you a low risk trade. Now you can target at least the middle of this, bare minimum, like this, 84, 84, 50, 85, or possibly if you're lucky, it may go back all the way up to here or here, right, depending on NQ. NQ, if you went long, right, you can target this middle, which is right here, 371. Okay, so now let's watch. See here, your target achieved, right? Now you're done here, or you can trail stop below this low, and then you can target higher up, which is this area. See, and then you're done here. That's it. You don't want to mess around now. Now let's say if you're holding it, tail stopping it, right, then you can put your stop right around here, 83.50, and then you can target 92, 93, because there was a pending retest of Globex high, which price couldn't go here, right? So it can go up to here. If it ES does go up to here, and you can go back to this area, or possibly a little bit higher, So now you are managing this, right? Say you did not take a profit here, or maybe you scaled it, now you are holding it. Now watch. Now price pull back here, didn't stop you out, right? Because your stop was here, and now it broke out above this area and went higher, right? At this point, you move your stop right around here, 86, right? Or since this was your target, you can move your stop to here also. If you're lucky, you may not get stopped out here. Price went again higher, right? At this point, you leave the stop here and you expect price to go to here, right? You can mimic the same thing in NQ, and if price goes through it, that means price is most likely close somewhere into this area at the end of the day. If price breaks now, in this box somewhere. So now here again you did not get stopped out, right? Price again made a new high, and expectation is 91.93, right? So now you move your stop little bit upwards here, and then you watch. See here at 339, price went through it, right? Now some sellers are back in the business. Price may come down, maybe this area somewhere in this box. So look at this trend line, original one, right? So now you see this area, right? There was a failed breakout of this balance. Then price went down, made a new low. On the way back up, this area can act as a resistance. See that? So I'm showing you a short here, okay, just for a sec, but at least sellers came in, made a new low, came back up, middle of the balance, came down into this blue box right here. Okay? Now let's watch. See, close right there. So based on the way price behaves, right, you will know in advance where is most likely the closing is. The moment you see this and this take you out here, right, you know that now most likely it will close here. See, so I'm giving you a heads up, I'm teaching you here, so in future you know how to read the price step by step, but patience is required. then you can grab your few points. Either way, see, direction doesn't matter. Every day there will be a long and short, right? But on certain days, I'm saying stick with long, stick with shorts, right, to just protect you. If you're not experienced enough and you take a skip short, you will get screwed. So it's better to stick with long. See, overall bias was to support buyers, right? And you can see it here, all the buying worked, even though, yeah, couple of maybe you get stopped out, but overall price will not like go down and down. It will bounce, it will give you enough points, you know. So, but anyway, and that be all for today. See, NQ didn't go above 393, right? And it also closed somewhere in the middle of the day's range. That's it, you know. So, and that be all for today.